I will start my reading practice from the book Clear Thinking by Shane Parrish. Today I will start with part 3. The title is Managing Weakness. It starts with a beautiful quote by James Clear. Life gets easier when you don't blame other people and focus on what you can control. Part of taking command of your life is controlling the things you can. Another part is managing the things you can't, your vulnerabilities or weaknesses. Think again of the computer analogy we discussed earlier. You have the power to change your programming, at least to some extent. In some cases, you can rewrite your existing algorithms, reprogramming how you respond to, say, emotion or social pressure or threats to your ego. Rewriting those algorithms is a great way to build strength. But sometimes there are harmful algorithms you can't rewrite. You can't change your biological instincts, the inborn tendencies that resist any attempt to change them. Just because you can't change them, however, doesn't mean you can't manage them. Doing so is merely a matter of programming new subroutines into your life that help mitigate or contain the harmful effects. Adding those subroutines is a way of managing weakness. Chapter 3.1 Knowing Your Weaknesses. We all have weaknesses, many of which are built into our biology. We are, for instance, vulnerable to being hungry, thirsty, fatigued, sleep deprived, emotional, distracted, or stressed. All of these conditions can push us toward reacting instead of thinking clearly and blind us to the deciding moments of our lives. Each of us also has a limited perspective on things. We can see and know only so much. In addition, we have inbuilt tendencies to form judgments and opinions even in the absence of knowledge. We have seen there are instincts for self preservation, group membership, hierarchy, and territoriality can all trigger bad judgments that harm us and the people around us. Some of our weaknesses are not built into our biology. Instead, they are acquired through habit and stay with us by force of inertia. Bad habits are easy to acquire when there is a delay between action and consequences. If you eat a chocolate bar or skip a workout today, you are not going to suddenly go from healthy to unhealthy. Work late and miss dinner with your loved family a couple nights, and it won't damage your relationships. If you spend today on social media instead of doing work, you are not going to get fired. However, these choices can end up becoming habits through repetition and accumulate into disaster. The formula for failure is a small the formula for failure is a few small errors consistently repeated. Just because the results are not immediately felt doesn't mean consequences are not coming. You are smart enough to know the potential results. You just don't necessarily realize when they are coming. While good choices repeated make time your friend, bad ones make it your enemy. Whatever our weaknesses and whatever their origins, the defaults will handily take command of our lives if we don't manage them. Moreover, we are often unaware when they do. The two ways of managing weaknesses. There are two ways to manage your weakness. The first is to build your strength, which will help you overcome the weaknesses you have acquired. The second is to implement safeguards, which will help you manage any weaknesses you are having trouble overcoming with strength alone. In addition, safeguards helps us manage weaknesses that are impossible to overcome. For example, the ones we owe to our biological limitations. We saw in part 2 how strength can overcome weaknesses that we have acquired. For example, developing self control empowers you to overcome emotion driven behavior and avoid the regrets it produces. Developing self confidence empowers you to overcome inertia and execute difficult decisions. It empowers you to overcome social pressure so that you have the strength to go against the crowd. It also empowers you to overcome your ego, acknowledge your deficiencies, and start on the path to doing and being better. Blind sports. Thank you. That's it for the day.